In the Heart of the Sea is the Moby Dick movie, adaptation directed by Ron Howard, and it stars Chris Hemsworth, Cillian Murphy, Ben Whishaw, Brendan Glinson. So you're gonna say kind of like a British Australian cast.
Very good cast and very good director, but are people ready for a Moby Dick movie?
Well, that's why they call it In the Heart of the Sea. They didn't specifically say Moby Dick. They kind of disguise this fact that saying, "Oh, it's a kind of like a monster movie, a special effects movie," and it's
Although I
not
would give
Moby Dick.
although I think in terms of brand, I think if they call it Moby Dick, they probably could have. I think it's a way better title than In the Heart of the Sea. I mean, like in terms of drawing audiences, people looking at this title will probably going, "What?"
Well, they're thinking about long terms. When you search on, like home video or something like that, Moby Dick will turn up a lot of titles. This one, is something specific to them, and they can probably, register it in some way to protect, that brand.
Yeah. Although I wonder why they didn't call it Moby Dick. I wonder if it's because they didn't have the rights or.
I think it's too. I don't think they can call it Moby Dick. I mean,
Um,
they could, but I don't think they can get a trademark on it or something. Whatever they used to
oh,
do, right?
in that case, you don't think they were able to get the rights?
No. I'm saying it's like Warner Brothers made this movie, right? Universal could make a movie called Moby Dick. The title's already in the public domain, so they couldn't differentiate with other Moby Dicks.
I don't think that's a problem though. Like if you're making a movie about Superman, you would rather call it Superman than than
No, well, no, I know, but
Moby Dick, because Moby Dick has a major brand. If you
that's true.
call it
But
Moby Dick, everyone knows what it is. But if you say In the Heart of the Sea, people will be like, okay, is this
no,
this
no,
something?
what no, what I'm saying is, if Warner Brothers made a Superman movie and they call it Superman, and if Universal made a movie and they call it Superman, then there's confusion there. They want to differentiate because right now, right, Warner Brothers has the rights to make all Superman movies and call it Superman. That's why they call this Moby Dick movie In the Heart of the Sea.
Well, I disagree. I think if they could call it Moby Dick, they would. Just like if you could call your movie Superman and you're making a Superman movie, you would rather call it Superman, unless someone already has the rights to call it Superman.
And that's what happened. Warner Brothers has the right to call it Superman.
So in this case, maybe they didn't have the rights to call it Moby Dick.
It's possible. It's possible. I think someone might have already registered the name.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If someone already registered the name, maybe they just don't have the rights.
Okay. I think we're spending too much time on this.
Okay. All right. What do you think? It's well, Ron Howard and Chris Hemsworth in their last film together about the car racing movie Rush. In terms of box office, it didn't do very well, but it was very well reviewed. They did make a good movie together. Just the film just wasn't mainstream enough. Making a movie about Moby Dick. What do you think? Do you think this has a wider appeal than car racing?
It does have a wider appeal. I mean, Rush didn't do that well. Let me see.
Yeah,
Rush
yeah.
made about 26 million lifetime domestically. Worldwide, it's 90 million.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I said in the U.S. it didn't have much of a mainstream appeal.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just wondering if in the Heart of the Sea, does this have a wider appeal than car racing?
I think so. This is a special effects movie. If you take out the whale, I mean, if it's a whale, it's like a creature movie too. One of those monster movies.
Right, and that also is an appeal.
Yeah, that in its appeal. On the other hand, it has, like I say, a kind of a British cast. I think Hemsworth is Australian. I'm not sure, but that.
He's Thor, so
Right. His door. But then again, like he doesn't really open movies that are outside of his door movies.
Other than Thor, he doesn't really open movies.
Like remember Black Hat? It made 7 million here.
Yeah, so he's not exactly a draw outside of the comic book movies.
Right. This movie, I think, is kind of similar to, I think, sort of like Master and Commander, that Russell Crowe movie that also takes place in the sea. I think it's going to be open similar in the same ballpark, about 25 to 30.
Yeah, Master and Commander eventually end up making over like 100 million or so. I think if this one did as well, they would consider it a success. But I'm wondering.
Whoa, I don't know about that because like it has water, it has this whale.
Yeah, so I'm wondering how.
It has rain.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's the budget on this though.
It looks expensive. If we have to ask, probably costs a lot
Yeah,
more.
anything involving water is expensive. So probably 100 million, you would think.
100 million. I go up to more, maybe 150.
You're going up to 150?
I think it costs about 150 million.
Oh, okay. If it
I'm
comes,
hearing this. I'm hearing this weird echo coming.
oh, okay. If it costs 150 million, it's gonna have to do at least 50 million this weekend.
Which I probably won't do.
Let me see on Wikipedia. Let's see, Wikipedia has the budget at okay. Wikipedia has the budget at 90 to 100 million, and that's from Variety, so that's pretty reliable. And the Hollywood Reporter. So both of
Okay.
them pegged the budget at 90 to 100 million. At that budget, 25 to 30 million is it would have to do in a 25 to 30 million to make back its money domestically. What number are you throwing out?
Like I said, I'm seeing it doing a 25 to 30.
25 to 30? Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure. There hasn't been much talked about it though. That's the only thing. On Rotten Tomatoes, the reviews are not as good as Rush, but it is a different kind of movie. 31 reviews so far, 65% isn't bad for a blockbuster event film. I'm going a little bit lower. You're going 25 to 30. I'll go a level lower, 20 to 25.
Okay.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if it did less, mainly because I haven't heard much about it. There's not much of a buzz for the film. Especially with the names involved, Ron Howard, Chris Hemsworth, you would think that there would be a little bit more buzz and a little bit more excitement going into it, but haven't heard much.
Well, I think they're counting on spillovers from Star Wars next week. They line up for Star Wars. They couldn't get in. They go to watch another special effects movie in the heart of the sea.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Could be, but although if I'm opening a film, I would be more afraid that Star Wars will suck up the the audience members.
I know, but it's gonna do it in any case, right? It has one weekend, make its money. So yeah, exactly.
If it makes a good impression, then hey, it might get some of the spillover.